How I want to go a little bit deeper into you for a little bit, then we'll get into Palantir. How are you like as a child? You're very witty, you're aggressive, you're sarcastic, you're funny. When did that start happening as a child? Did you start noticing you have this type of personality that was attractive to people, obviously to the tunes of hundreds of thousands following you?
It's a good question. I've never been asked this, to be honest.
Good.
I've never been asked this. I got into a lot of trouble as a kid, bro. I can't even tell you how much.
For some reason,
This was
I
not.
feel like that makes sense. As soon as you say that, that makes sense.
Ooh, I was. I was always in fucking serial trouble, bro. Always in trouble. I could never find a way just not to be me for a few minutes. It was always some. So my dad, I'll tell you a story. I've never told the story. My dad was. We were living in a small town on the coast of the Black Sea. It's kind of like a vacation city for all the communists. Back in the day, it was.
Right.
Everybody knows about it. If any Russians would know about it, the name wouldn't tell you nothing. But like, it's kind of like the Vegas of like old communist era. And there's nothing really there that reminds Vegas at all. It's just a bunch of, it's nice beaches, which Russia doesn't have a lot of, and just very sunny all the time and hotels. But there's like, I mean, when you live in the fucking cave, literally, I mean, that's a lot. Think
Right.
about how Russians used to live. Like most of them didn't have like proper apartments and whatnot, and even like you have to understand Russian apartments. Like anyway, so we were living in the city, right in the suburbs, like huge fucking house, insane. I didn't think it was unusual then because I never knew anything else as a kid. My dad had a chauffeur and shit. He was big with the party, and he was managing one of the local factories and shit. He's a smart dude. Like my dad is like legitimately qualified.
Your dad
He
was an
has
entrepreneur. Was he like running his own
he
thing?
was not then, but that's a good question because in 1990 he was one of the first in Russia to have
Right.
his own business. He was
Right.
probably one of the first ever, bro.
Right.
It's insane. So good question. So basically, my dad is a brilliant guy. He did a whole fucking degree in biomechanical engineering and then in fucking chemistry. So he studied for 80. He's not like one of those guys who got muched into a position, but he was also a good politician. So he got into a good position. He really like I didn't even know that. So, that was something unusual. I thought everybody had chauffeurs and shit, whatnot. So
Mm.
basically, and I used to listen to him talk, and he was also very aggressive on the phone and whatnot. And I came the I was in kindergarten, and the fucking teacher calls my mom to come and pick me up because you have to understand this is like North Korea. You don't say certain things. It's
Right.
really you can get in a lot of trouble
Right.
because I was basically walking around with a fake phone, screaming at everybody on the phone, "Get the car over here!" Like basically imitating my dad, and it's very uncommon to do it. And she's like, "Come pick this kid up," and I got like a whole like 24 hours. Like my mom is basically screaming at me, "What the fuck you doing?" Like we're gonna get in trouble. Like so, I didn't even think about it. Like it was. I was just trying to imitate my dad, bro. It came natural to me.